If you enjoy this type of content and would like to see more of it and support the channel, feel free to subscribe and turn on notifications. This terrifying tale comes from the United States of America. The Bunny Man Bridge looks harmless during the day, just an old concrete railway overpass tucked away in Fairfax County, Virginia. Sunlight cuts through the trees, kids ride their bikes past it, and people drive beneath it without a second thought. But once the sun sets, the atmosphere changes. The air grows still, unnaturally quiet, as if the woods themselves are holding their breath. Locals warn outsiders never to stop there at night, because that's when the legend wakes up. The story goes back over a century. In 1904, a transport vehicle was carrying inmates from a mental asylum. The bus crashed, and several prisoners escaped into the forest. Most were captured within days. But one man, the strangest and most violent of them all, was never found. They say he was obsessed with rabbits, always muttering about them, tearing at his clothes to fashion makeshift ears, chewing at raw meat until his lips bled. Soon after his escape, the countryside was littered with grisly discoveries. Half-eaten rabbit carcasses nailed to trees, skinned bodies strung up like trophies. And then came the murders. People who walked too close to the bridge vanished. Sometimes their bodies turned up days later mutilated, hanging under the railway tunnel, rabbit fur stuffed in their mouths as if mocking their last breaths. The man became known only as the Bunny Man. Police scoured the woods, but he was never captured. His crimes just stopped. Or maybe he grew smarter, more careful, because the killings didn't end entirely. Stories continued to surface campers disappearing, cars breaking down near the bridge, only to be found abandoned, their owners gone without a trace. The legend evolved. Locals said that if you stand under the bridge at midnight on Halloween, you'll hear the sound of tearing flesh, the snap of rabbit bones echoing from the shadows. Some even claimed to see him, a tall, looming figure in a filthy white bunny suit, wielding a hatchet. His face hidden behind crude stitched fabric, his eyes glowing faintly, watching. Of course, teenagers test the legend every year. One story is whispered more than others. A group of friends brought a camera and decided to spend the night at the bridge, determined to prove the Bunny Man was just a ghost story. The recording, later found smashed near the edge of the woods, shows them laughing, drinking, daring each other to walk through the tunnel. Hours pass with nothing unusual, until one of them points to the shadows at the far end of the bridge. Something tall, something moving. The laughter fades into panic. The camera shakes violently as the group runs, their screams piercing the night. And just before the footage cuts off, there's a chilling sound, a distorted laugh, half human, half animal, echoing through the tunnel. The friends were never seen again. Only their blood was found, smeared across the bridge walls, as though someone had dragged them into the darkness. So the question is, when the clock strikes midnight, would you dare to stand beneath the Bunny Man Bridge?